Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. See, I want to talk some serious talk, you guys. I want to talk about my 2020 goal. I got this idea. I mean, this is bigger than a resolution, but I got this idea from a channel that I watch, and I cannot pronounce her last name, but her name is Jessica, and her Instagram handle is Jessica Out of the Closet, but she is this gorgeous, as always, link down below, but she is this absolutely gorgeous, vintage, redheaded goddess from Brighton who is honestly so inspirational because she has several give or take disabilities and sicknesses, and she's very open and honest about her entire life, and she has a lovely wife and they make adorable content together. The videos that they make, the Vlogmas, I found her because I do the vintage thing and she's amazing. Anyway, she's probably one of my favorite channels right now to watch. But she did a video, and has been doing videos, where she makes predictions for the year 2020, or things that she would like to get done for the various years, and she's been doing this since 2018, and I decided that this is actually a very good idea. And then, come 2021, she will go and look at her past videos and see if she actually did what she set out to do. So I made a list that I left downstairs, but I'm too lazy to get it, so I'm just gonna go off the top of my head because I pretty much consistently think of these things all the time about what I want to get done this month, what I want to get done this year. So here are my 2020 predictions for my life. First off, I would like to make this channel a little bit more successful. I'm not going to be like, I want 100,000 subscribers. I'm gonna shoot for 5,000. This year, I would like to get 5,000 subscribers on here, as well as rare Maeve cameo. Hi, baby. I would like to get 5,000 followers on my Instagram. I think it's a very viable goal, easily obtainable. And so right now this channel is about at 160 subscribers. A lot can happen in a year, especially when I am very much dedicated to trying to get a video out once a week on Mondays, because that's the day I don't have to work. I edit my videos on Sunday and then I put them up on Monday. You going? And then on Instagram, I'm about at 1,600, so not that far off, but still trying to up my content, being more dedicated to spreading the message of anxiety awareness, mental health awareness, and just being all around vintage and goofy. The second thing that I would like to get done is take more care of my mental health. Duh. I have been recently been tracking what I call my sparkle moments. And you know me putting a different name on something to make it seem less scary or less worrisome. So my sparkle moments are what I call my ADD moments. You're messing up my lighting. That would be a sparkle moment. I have said before that I have been diagnosed with ADD since I was a child. A lot of people have been noticing a lot of people, and I say a lot of people like my mother and various other friends and people close to me, that I've been having a lot of sparkle moments, or what you would sometimes refer to as, you know, in the movie Up from Disney, Doug going, squirrel. So I'm actually currently in the talks with my BT, or my behavioral therapist, to possibly start on medication for that as well. So this year I would like to take a little bit more of a grasp on what's actually going inside my brain, and getting that all figured out, just besides anxiety, and hopefully having less sparkle moments and being able to focus a little bit more. Another thing, number 3, that I would like to take care of this year. I wrote a children's book a couple of years ago, and when I say I wrote a children's book, it's very short. It's very cute. Everyone I've passed it along to really likes it. I would either like to get an agent to help get that illustrated, or I will start on the illustrations for it myself and hopefully get it self-published. It is called Level Up Lucy. I am not going to share the concept because I don't want it stolen, but I am very excited about the concept, and I feel like, having worked in a bookstore for 5 years, and you see what kind of picture books are being presented to kids, what you're seeing that is not being represented, and what needs to be put out there. So I feel like this concept that I came up with is very needed for little girls. Because a book like this was not around when I was a kid. It's still not around, and being the girl I was, I would have loved to see a picture book like this. The unfortunate part is I have been sending it, not so much recently, but as of several months ago, I, sent it to a few agents, and, you get those rejection letters, and they can be really disheartening. But living in LA and working in a bookstore, I've made a lot of friends with authors, and one of my good friends, Nadine Netman, down below, she is great. She wrote a book series that is literally mysteries about wine and sommeliers, and they all take place around in vineyards and like Napa Valley. And the best part about these books is that each chapter, depending on what happens in the chapter, has a wine pairing. I do not recommend drinking with these books, but it is fun because the chapter definitely represents whatever wine it's paired with. But she has been kind of my inspiration to get this Level Up Lucy out into the world, and she told me I can't even remember the number, but it's astronomical how many rejections she got before she got an agent. So I will link her down below to at least her first book. But that is another thing that I would really like to get done, is get that picture book up and rolling. The fourth thing that I really would like to do is, and this makes me a little sad, so there is an app, it's called Goodreads, an app, website. I loved it. I used it when I was in the bookstore. It's great to keep track of what you've read and what you want to read. It's way better than any other book website or anything. You can't buy stuff from it, but it is up there. But they have a reading challenge every year, and I did not make my challenge last year. I was a couple books shy of my challenge. So I would like to retake that challenge this year, and that challenge was 50 books. I made it to like 47 or 46, and that really kind of crushed me, because I love reading. Reading was a part of my job for so long, and because I had to know what I was talking about. And so I'm trying to get that on a little bit of a higher priority. So usually I am reading 1 to 2 books at a time, and right now I am reading Little Women because I actually have never read it, and the new movie's coming out. And I'm also reading a book called Finding Serendipity, which are both kind of little juvenile reader. This Finding Serendipity is for sure a juvenile reader. It's like a young reader book. But that's what I was the expert in. So I want to read more books. Lots about books. Those are the 4 main things that I would like to focus on this year for 2020. Getting my counts up. Focusing on my mental health and making sure that I can be the best possible person I can be. Getting my book an agent, or at least self-published. Reading more. What can I say? I think these, sorry, coffee break. I think these are very obtainable goals. I just have to stay dedicated in getting my mental health, and maybe if I do need more ADD medication, yeah, for sure, I'll be able to get a lot of these goals finished. Wow, maybe all of this was ADD induced. Oh, it's clicking. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I would like to know, what are your goals? Comment down below, and then when we come back in a year, if I'm not, or if I am still doing YouTube and I'm not dead on the street, we can check back together next year and see where we're at, because it's always interesting to see the growth where you are in a year. And especially since it's a new decade, like I look at myself, and in 2010, I was traveling to Ireland, and I was still in college, and now I live in my brother's house in Washington, and I am a server. So, it's very interesting to see where you are. But definitely, let me know down in the comments below. What are your goals for 2020? Are they long-term or are they short-term? Are they extravagant? Do you want to go skydiving once this year? I would like to do that. I'm going to save up for that sparkle moment. Or do you want to read as much as I do? Do you want to exercise more? Goals sound way better than resolutions. Because resolutions sounds like something you have to fix, and goals are something you want to achieve. So, thank you guys again so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Join this wonderful group that we have here. I almost kind of want to call my followers looters, because my name is Vive Loot, and you guys could be my looters. Let's loot and pillage! Until next time, guys. Sláinte.